UFC Fight Night is back this Saturday with yet another great fight. And we have Vincente Luque facing off Belal Muhammad. And this fight is great because we are getting another title contention into the mix. We have two fighters who are ranked number 5 and number 6 respectively, and they are both on a great winning streaks. Belal Muhammad is currently on a 6-fight winning streak, while Vincente Luque is on a 4-fight winning streak. And they are both facing the top opposition, and they are both now fighting each other. There is a little bit of history between these guys because they fought each other back in, I think, 2016 when they were fresh in the game, and Vincente Luque KO'd Belal Muhammad with a nice left hook. It was clean on the jaw, it was a very devastating knockout. But since then, both had a very good runs, respectively. Both lost to different fighters, respectively. And now they're both facing each other, so we can get some fresh title contenders into the mix because, you know, the current welterweight champion, Kamaru Usman, is lapping off the fighters. Now we recently got Khamzat Chimaev by defeating Gilbert Burns, jumping on a rank number 3. So that's a new phase in the title contention. And now we see Belal Muhammad versus Vincente Luque facing each other and see who will be basically the fresh title contender between each and one of them. And the welterweight division needed this because, you know, the current champion fought Colby Covington twice, fought Jorge Masvidal twice. So we need to see some new faces. And now we will see basically Leon Edwards, because he's been putting on the sidetracks for a long time and he has a crazy winning streak, facing the champ. And then we have either Khamzat, Vincente Luque, Belal Muhammad. So we've seen some fresh faces finally in the welterweight division. And then if you go further, like the welterweight division is looking pretty good because we have Sean Brady, who is on 15-fight winning streak on a rank number 9, and who is a very solid fighter. And then we have Shavkat Rakhmonov, also on a 15-fight winning streak, just ranked number 15 for whatever reason. He should be much higher, but that's my opinion. But let's look at the Vincente Luque and Belal Muhammad and who has a better chance of winning this crazy fight, this title contention fight. So both are very good grapplers. You know, we've seen Vincente Luque submitting some very tough opponents, and we've seen also Belal Muhammad just ragdolling super tough fighters. You know, for example, he ragdolled Stephen Wonder von Thompson easily. And his, wide karate stance basically just nullifies a lot of grappling, and he did very well against some solid grapplers in his career. So seeing Belal Muhammad just ragdolling him into the earth's crust was kind of impressive, to be honest with you. And then on the other side we have Vincente Luque, who is on a 4-fight winning streak, and he defeated some tough names. Like he submitted Tyron Woodley, and I think that's one way where he has a huge advantage because he faced a champion. Tyron Woodley was a very solid welterweight champion, even though Vincente Luque demolished him on his, end of his career. It's still, you're facing someone who used to be a champion. You're facing someone who has been proven. While Belal Muhammad does, the only person was Damian Maia and Stephen Wonder von Thompson. Belal Muhammad didn't face anyone who has been, a title holder. Someone who had a big name in the sport, even though Stephen Wonder von Thompson is a big name in the sport regardless. So in these terms of being prepared, I think Vincente Luque is much more prepared. However, Belal Muhammad at the same time is riding that wave. I'm on a 6-fight winning streak. I feel better than ever. I feel I can do it. He's been calling out big names. He's been calling out Khamzat Chimaev, so he is feeling it. While Vincente Luque is solid. So let's compare them in terms of stand-up. In terms of stand-up, Vincente Luque is much better. He knocked out Belal Muhammad in their first fight, and since then we've seen Vincente Luque just, demolishing some strong fighters. Like the way he submitted Tyron Woodley, what led to it was basically some wild striking exchanges. And if there is anything that Tyron Woodley had, some leverage, it was the striking exchanges, before he got submitted. So Vincente Luque in striking department is much more powerful and much more stronger than Belal Muhammad. And what plays to his advantage as well is that he fights well off his back. and he has some good submission skills. You know, his Darce choke is very good. While on the other hand, Belal Muhammad, his striking is okay. You know, he can hang in there with the top guys, but we are talking about the small levels. You know, I think the small edge is on Vincente Luque, and I think the edge also will come mentally, because if you've been knocked out by someone, especially that cold, I believe there is going to be some mental disadvantage for you if you are going to face that same guy again. Because in the back of your head, even though if you're confident and you are riding that hype, in the back of your head, you still feel like, oh my God, like this guy knocked me out, you know, like I have to be careful. You know, I'm not going to make that same mistake again, but, you know, I'm not going to be also over aggressive in the moments where I can actually use it to my advantage. You know, if I maybe rock him a little bit, I'm not going to press forward and trying to finish him where it can win me a fight, you know. So I think in Belal Muhammad's head, it's going to be stuck a little bit. So I think he's going to be a little bit more cautious. However, we've seen Belal Muhammad using his wrestling very well, you know, getting guys down, getting the ground and pound going. And, you know, if we've seen jiu-jitsu guys struggle with something, is that if some wrestler gets, you know, the hip control, the back control, and especially the body control when they get that lock, as you've seen Khamzat basically getting the lock on Gilbert Burns, wrestlers can really use in their advantage and get some ground and pound in. And I believe the Gilbert Burns is much better jiu-jitsu guy than Vincente Luque. You know, so if Belal Muhammad is anywhere near the wrestling skills of Khamzat Chimaev, which it's going to be hard, but if he's anywhere near the level of ground and pound and wrestling control, I think he can deliver some punishment and some damage on Vincente Luque if he gets to, you know, get a good hold of him in a, you know, in some weird clinch next to the cage or something. But Vincente Luque is very powerful. Man, this fight is great because these both guys are so closely matched in all of the departments and skill-wise that this is a real title contention match. You know, we don't see anyone that like, oh my God, this guy, you know, is much better striker and this guy is much better grappler. These guys are literally built almost the same, and that's why they are the title contenders. And that's why this is a very good fight and you should not miss it. As for our prediction, I believe, you know, as I mentioned, Belal Muhammad is riding that hype, which is a very powerful thing. And we've seen it with Khamzat, you know, like when he went to the fight with Gilbert Burns, just that first round, I think that you could see Gilbert Burns just feeling that pressure, you know, just fighting off that back foot, not trying to, you know, overcome it or anything. So I think that Vincente Luque will see like, hey, Belal Muhammad has this hype going, I should be careful. But also Vincente Luque has been, you know, just enrolled in his back of his mind, like, hey, I knocked this guy out already. You know, so I know that I'm powerful. So I believe that Vincente Luque can win this fight and should win this fight, because I believe in the striking department, he is much better fighter. Not much, but like is a better fighter. And when it comes to wrestling and, you know, submissions, he can hold his own. You know, I believe this fight's gonna be very close and very competitive, but even for the casuals, they can enjoy this fight because both guys can knock each other out, even though Vincente Luque has, you know, the edge in the power. And I believe that Vincente Luque, if he is not going to play it safe and is going to take some risks, I believe he can win by KO again, round number 2. That's my prediction for the fight. So what do you guys think? Do you look forward to this match? Do you think any of them will face off better with Kamaru Usman, and do they have the chance to beat Kamaru Usman, because the skill set between the champion and the guys is kind of similar. So who would you want to see win this fight and continue in their title contention matches? Let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you next one.